Hardcore Crip rappers aren't hard to come by in the current state of the hip-hop industry. With every other artist in the industry seeming to be affiliated with some gang or another, it's no surprise that a lot of famous and lesser-known rappers are connected to the Grape Street gang. Two of the biggest sets in the Crips gang are the Rolling 60s Neighborhood Crips and the Grape Street Crips, and both boast a lot of members who are also rappers. The Rolling 60s began in Los Angeles in 1976, splitting off from the West Side Crips. It started spreading out throughout the US to other cities right off the bat, and right now, there are about 7,000 members, so it has definitely got enough members to keep it spreading. They've been found getting into all sorts of stuff, moving heroin, doing drive-bys, pretty much anything you could think of that's remotely related to gang activity. Members identify themselves with specific sports team logos and graffiti to mark their territory. As one of the biggest Crip sets, it's represented in different neighborhoods in Los Angeles and the rest of the country, and its presence in the Crenshaw neighborhood is particularly strong. They recruit directly from Crenshaw High School and have enough rival gangs to last a while. They also have quite a few rappers who are connected, like Conrad from the Ave, an up-and-coming artist that hit the scene in 2019 with Vintage and Adventurous, a song that would become one of the hottest on the West Coast. And with around 8 million views on YouTube for an audio-only video, it's pretty clear he's on his way to the big time. But when he was just 17, he was sent to the big house for 7 years. While in solitary confinement, he started rapping and found out he was good at it. By the time he was released, he had a few rhymes under his belt and was ready to get going. His lyrics are hard, talking about his life on the street and the stuff he was around growing up. What exactly did he see? He says, all types of shit. Rich, poor, smart, dumb, big, little, money, drugs. But Conrad is not the only rapper to come out of Crenshaw's Rolling 60 Crips. Brian Hurst's baby also grew up in the neighborhood. With his first song, Ketchup, this young rapper wanted to put his best foot forward when it came to the music. Like Conrad from the Ave, Brian Hurst's baby decided he wanted to get serious about his music while he was in jail. He pretty much knew that he was screwed job-wise after being in prison and didn't want to end up broke with no options, so he decided on rap to get him the money to get him back to school. Now that he's getting some traction in the industry, he says his goal is to represent his city. I just want to keep the torch lit for my section in my city. I just want to show my peers you can outgrow this shit and make way for your family without committing a crime. The most famous of all repping Crenshaw Rolling 60s is the legendary Nipsey Hussle. Though he joined the gang at a young age, like most members, once he got some success and money, he saw that gang life wasn't the best option for people. He was seen as the nice guy of rap, working hard to achieve more so he can give back more to his community. In his speeches he gave to schools and communities, he would tell what it was like growing up in a rough hood like Crenshaw and would discourage kids from joining. He made a huge positive impact on the neighborhoods, so it really shook the community when he was killed in March 2019. Crenshaw isn't the only hood to be represented by this Crip set. Newark, New Jersey also has a few rapping Rolling 60s. The set has only 200 or so members in the city, but they're still a vicious force on the streets. Battle rapper Sue Surf is one of the latest artists to come out of this specific set, getting some attention for his performances at the Ultimate Rap League battles. Growing up, he had seen gang activity all the time, and he joined up officially at just 13 years old. He says that hanging out with the gangs cost him his family relationships, his friends, and his personal time. It took him 5 years before he caught a charge, which sent him to jail for possession of a gun. Serving time helped change his mind from gang activity to music. The Atlanta neighborhood Rolling 60s Crips also boasts a few music-making members. Kazarian Fowler, aka Skoolie, is an Atlanta-based rapper that started his career pretty young. He was only 14 when he started the music collective Rich Kids in 2008, and they were signed to Columbia Records in 2012. In 2015, Skoolie signed solo to 2 Chainz's label True. It was sometime in his teenage years that Skoolie linked up with the Atlanta Rolling 60s. We don't know how deep he is in the gang, but he did seem to be able to put aside some rivalries in 2018 when he paired up with YNW Melly, a notorious Florida Blood, to create Till the End, a Crips and Bloods collaboration that happens from time to time when the rivals find a common enemy. But as we mentioned above, the Rolling 60s aren't the only Crips making their mark on the hip-hop industry. The various 103 Grape Street Watts Crips around the United States are also harboring a few hot talents. The gang originated in the Watts neighborhood of Los Angeles, and they're known for being the first Crips in that area. The name comes from the territory located in Watts near 103rd Street. Their biggest rivalry is with the Bounty Hunter Bloods, and it's been described as the most violent and long-lasting feud between 2 gangs in the area. Like the Rolling 60s, Grape Street has a whole bunch of rappers that are affiliated. The original set in LA is family to rapper Lil 100. His popular singles, Grape Walk and We Bangin' Grape, are not so low-key references to his gang allegiance. But aside from his music, Lil 100 found himself in the news again after he was shot after leaving a vigil for Rolling 60's Nipsey Hussle. The shooting was a big hit to the attempts of different gangs and sets to come together and call for peace. And even though he's connected to Grape Street, he looks up to Nipsey's later message. He says, "I feel Nipsey and what he wanted for his hood and city. I want the same for Watts in the city of Los Angeles. If everyone is for peace and rallying, then why am I still getting shot in Watts just 7 days later?" Block Boy JB, born James Lee Baker in 1996 in Memphis, Tennessee, is another Grape Street member. He's best known for his song Look Alive, where he paired up with Drake to create a hit collaboration that brought out the best in both of them. But like the other rappers in this video, Block Boy had to go through some stuff to get to where he is today. Growing up, his father had been serving a 25-year prison sentence. When the rapper was 12, his father broke out of prison and went to see his kid for a little while. By 14 years old, Block Boy had affiliated with the Grape Street Watts Crip set in his hometown of Memphis. He talks about it in some of his songs like Rover. In 2012, when he was 16, he served a month in prison for a home invasion before getting back to the music. Arsenal the Rebel, a pop and battle rapper, is a member of the Newark 103 set of Grape Street. He was one of the most viewed battle rappers on the internet until he retired from the stage in 2018. He's still a co-owner of the UW Battle League, so he's still active behind the scenes. And even though he's not battling anymore, he's beating stereotypes that battle rappers can't make actual music and is paired up with Chris Brown, Wyclef Jean, Snoop Dogg, and Fetty Wap to put out new stuff.